What's up my loves, my name is Paige, this is Paige with the Page, and today we're going to be talking about the readathons happening in March. Hello my darlings, welcome to this video. Today I have collated a list of the readathons that are happening throughout the month of March. So if you're new to these videos, each month I go through and collate as many videos as I can find on YouTube talking about the upcoming readathons, collate it together for you and present it to you in this video. I also have a Google form linked down below that you can go and enter in any details for upcoming readathons if you know for any that are happening in the future. So I use that also to help with this, and the spiels from it are from people that actually know what's happening with these readathons and usually a little bit more succinct than mine. For these videos, this is just what I have collated from YouTube and what has been on the Google Sheets. I don't go and check any other platforms like book blogs or Instagrams or TikToks, anything like that. I've only got limited resources and YouTube is the easiest platform for me to find these video announcements for. If you do know of any on other platforms, feel free to leave them in the comments below to let other people know about it as well. I also will mention the video of the person that I found this on, which may be a co-host, it may not be the actual creator themselves, but I will leave linked below the videos themselves as well as tagging the channels, and those videos will have the information that you need to know about who's created it and all that good fun stuff. I will also leave linked below the playlist that has the readathon videos in it, as well as the Readathon Spreadsheet, which will have the links as well as the little spiel that I'm about to give you and all of the details in there as well. Throughout the month, if I come across any readathons that are announced, I will add them to the readathon playlist, but not to the spreadsheet or the description box. The readathon playlist is where you want to keep checking throughout the month if any others get announced that I happen to notice. And like I said, please feel free to leave any in the comments down below that you know that are happening. I am only able to collate what I can find, and so there is a potential that I may miss some. But with that, I am filming this at 5:40 p.m. on the 26th of February and expecting to have this up by 6 a.m. tomorrow, the 27th of February AEDT. So if any are announced after this, again, they will be linked in the playlist down below. So feel free to check all of those out, and that will be all the information that you need to know about these readathons to be able to participate. I am also currently having a heat wave where I'm at, so I want to make this short and sweet, so let's dive in. I will go from the shortest duration to the longest. So the shortest readathon is a 72-hour one happening from the 14th to the 16th of March, and that's March 72-hour readathon created by Donna Marie Reads. This is also going to become a monthly event, but it's having 72 hours to relax, look after yourself, and enjoy your time. There is a bingo board with 4 bookish prompts and 4 different other mediums for you to enjoy, like gaming or crafting, as well as a free space. And it's just designed to take some time and relax, have a weekend of just looking after yourself and enjoying the time. Then we have 1 week-long readathon, which is running from the 2nd to the 8th, and that is the week of Weird Round 5, which I found on Fiber Artsy's channel. And the goal is to read any kind of weird, and that works. There are prompts if needed, which can be doubled and tripled up. You can read novels or short stories. As long as they're weird, it works. There's also a prompt to watch a movie, and they do also have a group book if you would like to participate in that regard as well. Then we have a 9-day readathon running from the 1st to the 9th of March, and that is Thick Thighs Readathon Round 4, created by Sasha Reads. This is a readathon dedicated to reading positive and healthy plus-size representation in books. There is a 3x3 bingo board with 5 reading prompts and 3 activity prompts, as well as a free space, and they also have a group read. So there's a lot of intersectionality happening in this readathon, and as long as you're reading positive plus size representation or healthy representations of it, that is the most important thing. Then we have a 2-week readathon running from the 3rd to the 16th, and that is Galaxyathon, created by Macy from The Bright Side Girl. I absolutely adore Macy's readathons, and Galaxyathon is a space theme readathon. So it's about reading books set in space, about aliens or astronauts. Any way that it ties to the galaxy, it works. And it is such a fun time with all of the readathons that Macy puts so much time and effort into as well. Then we have a 24-day readathon running from the 8th to the 31st, and that is Celebrating Women's Writers Readathon, created by Ellie's Cozy Chronicles. This is starting on International Women's Day and is dedicated to celebrating and reading books by female authors. There are 5 prompts to choose from. 3 of those prompts are focusing on a time frame of a writer, so being like classic or a contemporary, and 2 are about drawing comfort and inspiration from our favorite female authors. Ellie's readathons are just so beautiful and lovely, so if you can participate, please do so, because it also ties in well with some of the month-long ones. Speaking of month-longs, we have quite a few. The first being Roll of Reads Readathon, created by a book fee named Mel, and this is celebrating Mel's birthday month by playing their usual TBR game. We get to join in. I'm a co-host. I love Mel and their readathon. It is so fantastic and so much fun to play, so please, please, please go check out the announcement video. This game was inspired from D&D, and you have a 5x4 grid of prompts that Mel has created. You roll a d20 to select the prompt corresponding with that. There are rewards and punishments, say rolling a critical hit or a critical failure, and there are 5 permanent prompts that stay on the board for this particular round, and the rest are provided by Mel as well. The prompts are always so delightful, and there is also a giveaway and a Discord to be a part of the community as well. Then we have Readathon, created by Covers with Cassidy. This is a competitive team-based readathon. 4 teams are going head-to-head through reading books to gain prompts for your team or to take away from the others. The most points win. You do need to pledge to your family to gain the access to that magic. For your reads, you need to decide whether the prompts are going to be positive or negative per book. So one book can have 5 positive or 5 negative prompts, but they can't be a mixture of both. So you need to select, is this going to be a positive book or a negative? And there also is a Discord, which I heard is quite fantastic. Then we have Spring Into Readathon, created by Completely Melanie. I am so excited for this round as well, because aside from Mel, who I adore, 2 of my other booktube besties are co-hosting, so it's just a glorious time all around. This is a bingo board with spring themed prompts. To participate, you need to get 1 bingo. Like I said, they have some amazing co-hosts, they have a group book and a discussion with the author as well, and then there's also an after hours live show. You can double up as much as you need to, and they also have some self-care prompts sprinkled throughout their board. Then we have the Irish Readathon, created by Words of Clover. This is a reading challenge / initiative each March to read Irish books. Ideally reading more Irish books than you usually do, but even if you only read 1, you've participated. You can show support by sharing Irish books on your socials or just chatting with the community. There are 5 prompts if you do want a little bit more structure to decide your reads as well. Then we have Her-storyathon, which I found on Queenie Reads' channel. To participate, you need to read about women who have lived or is living today in honor of Women's History Month. You can participate however you would like, as long as the focus is on a real world woman, even if a fictional take. Prompts are amazing at looking at a variety of strong women, and you don't have to use the bingo board or the prompts as long as you read about the real world women. You have satisfied this reading challenge, but the prompts are amazing and I'd highly recommend checking them out. Then we have March Mystery Madness, which I found on the Beach Bum Bookworms channel, and this is celebrating mysteries in all their forms. This is the 10 years of March Mystery Madness, and so the theme for this is mysteries through the decades. You choose your own adventure, so there are 3 paths you can choose from: to deep dive, travel through the publishing decades, or take a contemporary trip throughout the decade. There's such an interesting way to approach the variety of subgenres of mysteries as well, and there is also a bonus prompt, once again supporting Scott Bryant from the Bookish Bryants, who passed away last year. It is lovely to see these readathons commemorating members of the booktube community. Then I have Vox Machinathon Round 4, created by Somber Honey. This is based off the Critical Role novels, with one of the upcoming books that is Stories Untold. Since it's 10 years of stories, they have created 10 reading and 10 activity prompts for you to choose from throughout the month. But the prompts will release every Tuesday and Saturday relating to the different characters. So you will get 1 activity and 1 reading prompt each drop, and you will have a drop before the start of March. Then we have the Celtophile Readathon, which I found on Nicole's Bookish Nooks channel. This is a very low-key readathon, just focusing around Celtic reads. There are 7 prompts based around the Celtic nations and encompasses a variety of genres. Then we have March Readathon, which I found on It's Hope's Books channel. This is a readathon all about reading male books. It is a bingo board styled readathon, and you can double up as much as you need, even if you don't get a bingo, as long as you've read a male book, you've participated, but the bingo is there to make it a bit more fun and maybe find some new areas of male to read from. Then we have the Bronte Readathon, created by Novelle Novels. For this, you only need to complete 1 prompt to have participated, and the first prompt is to read a book by one of the Brontes. The other 3 prompts are focused around the Brontes, and the focus of the readathon is just to bring some love to the Bronte sisters and celebrate their works and have it as just a community focus, and it looks so lovely. Then we have one of the classics, Middle Grade March, which is found on the Middle Grade March's Readathon channel, and All you have to do is read one middle grade and you've completed the Readathon. But there is a group book and prompts to give you extra guidance. A middle grade book is a book originally written for the ages 8 to 14, or 8 to 12, but can be read by anyone. There is also merch and live shows occurring throughout the month as well. And then finally, I have March of the Mammoths, which I found on Old Blues chapter and verse. And this is a reading event to read mammoth-sized books, which they consider are 800 plus pages. Either non-fiction or fiction. The goal is to get a start on a mammoth to help with the daunting feeling in a community environment. You don't need to finish it, but just make a strong headway into one. And that's it. I feel like I definitely will have a few more readathons that get announced leading into March. So please keep an eye out on the readathon playlist down below, so then you can see when more videos are added and be able to find any other ones that happen throughout the month as well. And like I said, please leave any mention in the comments down below and I will go and add them as I can, because I love readathons. It's so much fun and I love seeing everyone get excited for all the different readathons that are happening. I've got one happening on Patreon this month, so I'm just like, ah, so exciting. And trying to fit that in with all the other readathons, I'm like, oh, I've signed up for chaos. But yes, feel free to let me know in the comments if you're participating in any, or if you do have any like I've said. I absolutely adore it, and please feel free to use the Google form if you do know of any upcoming that you're hosting yourself or know of others hosting, for me to keep an eye out for as well. I love it that people can use this and just make sure that I'm getting as much information as I can. So on that note, feel free to leave anything you want to let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe. I'll hopefully see you on my next video or over on my Patreon. Bye!